Crossover. Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover. It just crossed him over nastily.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
The Crossover is brought to you by William Hill Caesars Sports on 1620 The Zone.
Hello, everybody.
Friday.
Happy anniversary, Gary.
What?
5-year anniversary of the Cubs winning the pennant.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was like,
It's anniversary day.
okay, yes.
That's why you and Ed wouldn't shut up.
Oh,
out there.
yeah. Ed and I were just doing a whole storytelling session.
Oh,
out
I
in the
heard.
hall.
Yeah.
That's
I'm sure
Saturday
Gary
night,
heard, too.
That's Saturday night at Wrigley against the Dodgers.
That was amazing. Amazing.
What a great start to the week because Game 1 started at Wrigley.
Yep.
And it finished at Wrigley. That was good.
It was. It was really good. And the thing I still
What are we
mad
going
at myself.
to do on November 3rd then?
I don't know.
Should we have the day off?
We should. It should be a national holiday. The thing that made me mad, though, was I didn't have any old style in the house. So I literally got in the car as soon as the trophy presentation was done, jumped in the car, and we had to go to like 3 different places to see if they had old style. And they finally had old style at Hy-Vee. I should have just gone there from the beginning.
Hy-Vee.
But I had to have old style that night.
I was DJ's dugout. I was watching the entire game, and I was surrounded by Cubs fans, and so it made it even better. But then I had to watch Game 7 of the World Series by myself. I couldn't watch it with other people.
I was telling Ed, my boys don't care much for baseball, but it was weird because they both knew something special was happening. So Christian came and watched like the first 5 innings with me before he went to bed. And Sam, who had gotten off work that night, came and watched the 10th inning. And he really surprised me because he doesn't care about anything in sports. And he came and watched the 10th inning. And I think more to see what I would do. But and even the wife, who had been sleeping for a couple of hours, came down to see. And as soon as she came downstairs, that's when oh my God, the pitcher that we had to replace in that inning.
Chapman?
No. The skinny guy.
I can see him.
Hendricks?
I can too.
Left-hander.
Yeah.
Lester.
No.
He's one of our relief pitchers. Real
You
slender.
guys are the baseball guys. I'm just naming guys I know.
But anyway, he got the first 2 outs, and then my wife comes down the stairs.
My wife.
And he can't throw another strike.
And so you say, "Get out, woman!
Get out! You're getting out!" Because that's when they made that brief comeback before the. Oh my God! I can see his face.
I know.
Are you Googling him, Gary?
Yes.
Skinny Cubs pitcher, 2016.
Great arm. Had a great electric arm.
Carl Edwards Jr.
Carl Edwards.
Yes.
I love Google is amazing.
left-hander.
I searched skinny Cubs pitcher 2016, and that's the first guy that showed up.
Yes.
He was. He did not look like the kind of guy that could almost hit 3 figures. He had a electric fastball. But after he got those first 2 outs of the 10th inning, it was like he just cinched up. And that's when we had to go to the
Went through
pen.
a stretch of Josh.
Get Mike Montgomery.
These 2 names don't mean anything to you, but we had the Carl Edwards experience and then Oliver Marmol.
Carlos Marmol.
Oliver's brother.
Marmol.
Yeah.
That was a great team.
Yeah, I got nothing for you there.
That was a great team.
Thing I remember.
But happy anniversary.
Not most, because there's a lot of specific memories I have about the Cubs winning the World Series, but the random time where the Cubs tweeted out a video and you were on it. Remember that?
Yeah.
Because
that freaked me out.
Yeah, one of my old college friends, he works for the Cubs, and so he must have gotten a hold of it, somehow. I don't even know if he's a regular listener to the show, but we had this discussion of what was it? It was like the last great American.
Would the Cubs winning the World Series be the last great American sports moment?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was the title that Stibbs put in the podcast. He must have done a Google search.
Yeah.
And
so John suddenly shows up in this video because I think Stacy shared it, and that's how I saw it.
Yeah.
It was like, is this John?
It's like, wow.
That was so cool.
It's as close as I'll get to being the voice of the Cubs.
On a football note, so over in Ames is a big game tomorrow.
Yes.
Sold out. I think that's going to be a trend, is that when you sell at your stadium, you put out a release.
Did they put out a release?
They did. But I thought their stadium was sold out for the year. I mean, they've got their fan base for football. I mean, they have stuck with Iowa State. And it's now that they've completely enclosed the stadium except for the one end where their facility is. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a great atmosphere. The tailgating is great.
Oh, the tailgating's always been good.
And
there.
the stadium is perfect size. It's about 60,000. But since they enclosed the one end, it's really a nice place to watch a football game. But the wind always blows through there. I mean, never. It can be in the middle of the summer.
They needed to grow some trees around there to get a wind block.
But I think you guys were talking about, and then you saw us. So Mike Gundy gets a lifetime contract.
Yep.
I think it's a smart thing because of what may happen with the Big 12, and you want some stability. I was thinking about this, and I said this on air. Coaches in the Big 10 that you would give a lifetime contract to right now. Right now, you wouldn't hesitate today. You'd call your coach up, bring him into your office, and you have a lifetime contract sitting there.
Ryan Day.
You would?
Yes.
You think he's that good?
I think he's that good. I mean, they haven't dropped off in recruiting.
They haven't.
They're going to be back in position, and he's young. I mean, you're looking at, obviously, someone who's going to be there. I mean, Fitzgerald technically has a lifetime contract.
Kirk Ferentz, basically. But he's getting towards the end of his career, but he has had a lifetime contract.
Ryan Day would probably be the only one.
Greg Schiano is one because that's the perfect guy for Rutgers.
Yeah, it is.
And where's he going to go now? Like, Schiano will probably be at Rutgers for a long time now.
But the thing is, that's the thing, is Schiano's probably not looking to go anywhere else, so do you need to give him a lifetime contract?
That's true.
Whereas Ryan Day,
he's going to get suitors, NFL.
He may get suitors, NFL or bigger job. I would say Ryan.
Would you give Paul Chris a lifetime contract?
Definitely not.
But if we would have had this conversation 2 years ago, what would you have said?
I've always thought he was kind of a bad coach, but I got beat into submission that he was actually good. Because his pit run wasn't anything special. And now I wonder if this is the true Paul Chris.
Well,
I hope so. I love Wisconsin being bad.
My skepticism is that program still has so much Barry Alvarez written all over it.
And now he's gone.
And of course, the fortunes haven't been so well. So I'm skeptical.
But they are one of those programs in this conference which you don't bury. Like, if they won against Purdue tomorrow, and then they found a way to beat Iowa, would you be like, well, you know what, I'm kind of surprised, but not really?
I would say, wow, very impressive of them to turn things around on offense, but I'm not surprised.
Now, more than likely, they would win like 6-3 and then 10-7.
Yes. Because that offense is a train wreck.
Bet the under.
That is a train wreck. Honestly, that's about the only. If I had to pick one college game to watch this weekend, that's probably the one. Not because it's necessarily going to be a great game, but I am curious because they do represent half of Nebraska's remaining schedule.
They do, and you got to watch the game of names, but then you have to watch how weird it's going to be for LSU from here on out.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, they're a team.
Their coach is fired, and yet he's on the sidelines.
I could see them winning a lot of games.
I hope they win out.
That'd be awesome if they beat Bama.
I hope they win out.
So they would have. They beat Ole Miss. They beat Alabama.
Yes,
they beat
exactly.
Texas A&M.
I want them to win out and then Coach O just walk out because I've always liked Coach O.
Friend of the program.
Friend of the program, Coach O.
Yep.
I'd love to see him win out and everybody down there in Louisiana going.
He is really good. He was really good as an interim at LSU and at USC. This is like a reverse interim, so maybe he'll be good again, though.
Reverse interim,
right? What do we need to call this? He's not the interim. I mean, he technically is.
He's a lame duck coach.
Lame duck. Maybe he'll
be
good.
Well, technically, they are 1-0 since he got fired because he knew when he took the field on Saturday that he was out of a job.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
What a weird time.
It is. It is
how
weird.
does the Lane train handle him? Because I think Kiffin would like to win and then drop breadcrumbs out there about I'm going to be the next LSU head coach.
Wanting to be there now. Yeah, that's true. It'll be interesting to see how he handles it, win or lose after the game, and how just what his demeanor is.
Well, things now are starting. Did you see Miles Brennan said some of the stuff that's being mentioned about his girlfriends were involved in practice is not true?
Oh boy.
But TikTok is not kind to Edo because people that have had run-ins with him, not like bad, but have had interaction, especially females, are posting on TikTok.
Oh,
no, like I love Coach O. And I saw one TikTok yesterday of in the summer he runs shirtless in the streets of Baton Rouge around the campus, and some lady just happened to be at the corner when he came up on her, and he knew who she was, or she knew who he was, and so was filming and started a conversation, and Edo is just being Edo.
If I remember right, when I saw Bo running on campus, he always had a shirt on. It was just covered in sweat.
Yeah.
Just covered in sweat.
I wonder what Kim Mulkey's thinking, because remember her and Coach O, they were like, remember that meeting they had, in the video, and it just sounded like, it's just like people speaking.
Who
like
would have thought at
Cajun?
LSU that Will Wade would still be employed and Orgeron is out?
Right?
Exactly. The guy has been under an NCAA investigation.
See, things don't make sense. In the football world, in the NFL, who would have thought that Vic Fangio would be fired before Matt Nagy?
Yeah.
Wow.
But that could happen.
Wow, it could.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Stibbs happens to be listening, don't give him reason to hope right now, because
there's no reason to hope. He should just call
They're
it quits.
bad.
I say they were uninspired yesterday.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
yeah, they had no business. They had no business losing that game, considering that Keenum was the quarterback and that defense, and they only gave up 17 points. But they couldn't stop the run.
Yeah, that first drive for the Browns was great, and then the game was boring as hell.
Oh, nice. The screen game, it was great. Johnny Stanton got involved. After that is...
They picked up, so I went and looked at it because I was like, did they pick up a first down on every play? They did not. They gained 7 yards on first down, and then first down, touchdown. It was an insane drive for the Browns.
If Cleveland gets a true franchise quarterback with Kevin Stefanski, they're going to get there.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. He's a really good coach, and they've drafted well. They just need to find that franchise quarterback. And I'd like it to be Baker, because I've never had an issue with Baker Mayfield, but
don't you think they're like looking for reasons not to make him their franchise quarterback?
Yes. It's like an athletic director that shows up like wanting to fire the coach.
Which is weird because the guy is all over television. He's all those commercials. How he was able to parlay...
It's like no success early.
No success into all of this commercial,
you think he's
endorsements.
Patrick Mahomes with the number of commercials he has.
And it must be something about Oklahoma quarterbacks. You get a bunch of endorsement deals, and then you're not very good at your job.
Well, what? Oh, speaking of anniversary, 5 years ago today, at the same time, is the Texas Tech Oklahoma game, which is 66-59.
Oh, is that really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's right. I wasn't watching any other things that day. But yes, now that you mention it.
So Nebraska played that day because I did Overreaction with Damon. Obviously he was distracted being a Dodgers fan because I remember us talking about it because I thought the Cubs were going to win Game 6. Nebraska, I think that was probably their last win. It either moved them to 6-0 or 7-0. I'd have to look at the 2016.
I don't even remember who they played that day.
My guess would be Indiana or Purdue.
That might have been the Indiana road trip. Where they went to Bloomington?
October 22nd. No, it was Purdue. They played Purdue that day. Okay. Nebraska won 27-14.
And then the next week was Wisconsin. And Ohio State.
Yeah. They were a top 10 team.
And they got beat, was it 62-3?
62-3. Did you have a reaction for that game, Gary?
Yep.
Ugh, that sounds disgusting.
So people wanted to talk about Tommy Armstrong. Remember, he went to the hospital.
He did, and then he came back.
And then they paid so much attention to him being on the sidelines.
That is crazy.
Talk about one game, how it might have changed the next. Not that if Nebraska wins in overtime at Wisconsin, not that they were probably going to beat Ohio State.
Yeah, but it definitely.
But probably not 62-3.
No. And you know what they would have done? They would have won the division that year.
Yes.
Yeah.
They would have had the tiebreakers.
That's true.
No matter what happened next.
And then it makes you wonder how everything else plays out after that.
Yeah, do they keep Banker?
For some reason, I don't think they do because
I think that was out of the hands of the head coach.
Yeah, Mr. Eichhorst was infatuated with.
Well, hey, best coach on campus. I get it. I understand.
He was a really
I'd want the best coach on campus too if he was available.
I look forward to that reunion. By the way, when they bring back the 17 team.
Oh, in 27, the 10-year anniversary,
and introduce Diaco, and he'll be wearing Argyle. And
it has been such a rough run. They should start doing that, bringing back the worst teams.
That'd be great.
2007 Nebraska, come on in. 2017 Nebraska, come on in.
Well, okay, so to the 2015 because they went to a bowl game.
They went to a bowl. They were good in 2015.
So I don't know you could bring them back as the bad.
2004 Nebraska, come on back.
Yep.
Joe Daly running out of bounds. Recreate the play. That'd be great.
What if they did this?
Corey McEwen can just push people out of bounds.
They don't.
Awesome.
They don't want to, slight. They honor all the championship teams, but they don't want to slight teams that came up short.
Right.
What if they did, what they do at halftime or at one point in the game for the 70-71 guys, the The cart comes out on the field, and they got the flags.
Yeah.
And so out pops like a player from the 15 team. Out pops a player from the 04 team. Let's welcome back Bo Davis.
Here's Bo Davis.
Yeah, next time that Nebraska and Texas Tech play, we need to get the 04 guys from that game, and we need to bring them all together and celebrate the 70-10 Texas Tech victory. You know, the TBS announcing crew.
Ooh, all the tortillas being thrown.
There you go. It'd be perfect. Bring Callahan back.
The look on Bo Davis's face when they put him in the game.
He was mortified.
He weighed, 145 pounds?
Exactly. Speaking of, as we wrap up the crossover, speaking of tall, skinny guys, we had Carl Edwards, we had Bo Davis. I mean, Bo Davis, he didn't look like a stiff West Texas breeze knocks his butt over.
So another thing you need to look at Callahan, just thinking about Bo Davis, is the run of quarterbacks that were either played or were on campus in the program under Bill Callahan.
Well, yeah, because he recruited and signed like 4 guys right away.
You remember the name Jordan Adams?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes,
Jordan Adams, they blew up the stadium for him. Remember they had it was a Friday night. He came in for a visit. They had the scoreboard, had his name and his picture. And it was like one of the first social media posts where they're showing a player's locker, and it's Jordan Adams' locker. Yeah. How many snaps did he take, Nick, at Nebraska? He was a nice kid. He was a great interview.
Yeah.
Do you remember the guy that they almost got who went to USC, Rocky something? He tore up his knee.
Oh,
he was like the 4-star.
Yeah.
Rocky,
not Rocky Long, was it?
Rocky Kalmus played for Oklahoma.
I remember thinking if they get him, they're going to win everything. I was so excited. I loved recruiting, man, in the Callahan era. I loved recruiting.
Oh, what was his name?
I'm going to look it up real fast. Rocky.
Would he have been in the 05 class? No, he would have been in the... Gosh. He wouldn't have been in the 05 class, right?
No, he was in the first. Rocky Hines.
There you go. Yep.
6'5", 225. I think he got hurt. I think he tore up his knee early at USC and just never did anything.
Oh, see, it wouldn't have happened here.
It wouldn't have. He wouldn't have tore up his knee here. He could have been an All-American. Could have married his soulmate. Could have thrown the ball over them mountains.
Mm-hmm.
He could have met Harrison Beck.
There you go. Wow, you ready for this, guys?
Music together.
He is still playing football for the Wichita Force. Indoor football.
Wow.
Look at that. Also, what the hell? He played for something called the Nebraska Danger.
Oh, yeah, in Kearney.
Yeah. He ended up back in Nebraska.
See, he did like his trip.
Timing is everything.
Wow.
Have a good weekend, boys.
You bet. That's the crossover. It is powered by William Hill Caesar Sports.
Apparently played for the Beef as well. Who knew? Rocky Hines.
For the Beef?
Man, we need to get this guy on the show, Nick. Let's talk about his memories of Nebraska.
That's another good summer series. Former Nebraska recruits who didn't quite pull the trigger.
John, I would love to dive into that. We could bring him on the show. Hey, why didn't you choose Nebraska, jerk? That'd be a great topic. I would love to do this. The guys from the Callahan era, that all ended up going elsewhere.
Yeah.
That would be a really good time. I think Reggie Smith went to Oklahoma. Oh, I wanted Reggie Smith to come to
Reggie Smith.
Man, that would be a really fun discussion. Also, thanks to Mike. He also knew that it was Rocky Hines. Man, our memories are just so weird.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, we got a busy program today, so let's get it started next on 1620 The Zone.